Hello, everyone. This is not the start of Chapter 2 quite yet. I wanted to do a bit of a video talking about some of the aspects of the first chapter and sort of the process of production, and since it's the first time creating these types of videos, I thought it would be good to keep a note of my director's notes, as it were. And I just wanted to list a couple of things that I want to improve on in future iterations of this series, as well as other future series that I may do. And one of the things is that one of the first things I want to talk about is trying to keep listening to myself. In the beginning, I was fairly clear and well-spoken, but as it went on, the volume in my voice sort of decreased a bit into whisper talking, which is my normal state of speech. It's part of my pattern of speech. But I will try to keep the volume up a little bit more so I don't have to increase the audio volume in post-production as much. And speaking of audio, the audio quality left much to be desired, but I changed around a couple settings in Fraps, and hopefully it should work a little better, and it'll hopefully sound better. And one thing that I will try to do is to not talk during the cutscenes. I'm sorry, I just had little vocal splurge during some of the cutscenes. I'm sorry for that. And in that same vein, I'll try to not talk just for the sake of talking, because I feel just to fill awkward silence. I won't try to talk just for the sake of talking. And in Dragon Age, especially in the first scene, I will try to practice making smoother perspective changes, as I am demonstrating right now. Go a little slower, get more control in those perspective changes. It just kind of, I was in the middle of battle, and I was trying to get to my target super fast, and I probably gave you viewers some whiplash at the beginning. It was so shaky that YouTube suggested that I do anti-shake cam, which I clicked, but then the screen, and it didn't really fix all that much. It just made the screen like shake all over, and I immediately undid that. I will not be using anti-shape YouTube's shape correction in any more of my videos, especially the Dragon Age videos, which has a very special sort of cropping style in Fraps. It's very special. I'm not sure how to correct that. The large shrinking down of the game, or is it just like it just comes that way? That's probably more the case. It just comes that way. And I will also, while picking dialogue options, I noticed that I didn't really vocalize as much of my reasoning for choosing some of that dialogue. I did that a little bit, but not with, but that was only for some of them. I don't know whether I was just too tired and didn't want to, and was tired of vocalizing everything. I was just like, ugh, do I have to explain everything to you people? But I will try to vocalize more of my reasonings. And for combat, I will try to be a bit more, specifically in Dragon Age, will try to be a bit more tactical as I familiarize myself with the rules and such. And I will also practice the controls a bit more, perhaps off camera, and in vain with choosing my reasoning for the dialogue, I want to explain my character a bit more live during recording, and not just in these director's notes videos. And in starting the way I recorded it was I recorded the Dragon Age scenes first in mid-morning, and then in mid-afternoon I started the Mass Effect. Videos. And one thing I should have done was I had notes in before the Dragon Age set of recordings, and but the Mass Effect video didn't have any notes at all at the beginning, so I was just like, it was just basically whatever comes to my head, word vomit. And yeah, I probably should have used notes in Mass Effect, and especially my line, gang of a gang, gangception. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. Quotable moments. Gang of a gang. Quirky author 2016. Anyways, there were more trigger points for switching between Dragon Age and Mass Effect than I had originally planned for, because of system crashes. And instead of just going through and like saying, hey, game crashed, I used those crash points as trigger points for Marion to switch between the Mass Effect universe and the Dragon Age universe. And those two were in mid-conversation which was really fantastic, actually. I really liked how that turned out. It was very interesting. And my original plan, I was planning only one trigger point, which was when Marion leapt and pulled Caden out away from the beacon. That was supposed to be the only trigger point in that entire chapter. But I honestly think it turned out a little better than the original plan, because it would have been like one little bit of Dragon Age and then a whole ton of Mass Effect and then a whole ton of Dragon Age, which was not the feel that I really wanted. I wanted it to be more sporadic, a bit more sporadic. So the system crashes really added to that feel, as using them as trigger points added to that sporadic shifts, that sporadic feel to it. And the time that it took me to edit, I ended the Mass Effect recordings at 4 o'clock p.m. and I edited all of the recording that I did into 10 to 15 minute parts, and then uploaded that first video that evening, which took me until 10 o'clock. So from 4 to 10 I was editing non-stop editing, just powering through. And hopefully now that my channel is verified, I will be separating those into longer parts, about 25 to 30 minutes, which should be should be a smoother experience for the viewer. And one other thing, I know my jokes are dumb. I know this. It's just my sense of humor. I have a really dumb sense of humor. It's fine. And I also need to remind myself not to eat while recording. I have this compulsive need to snack every 10 minutes. It's like, it's just terrible. I know. And I promise I will not snack during recording. I promise I will not snack during recording. I solemnly swear. Scout's honor. And in the vein of controls, in Dragon Age you right-click to interact with things, but in Mass Effect you press E to interact with things. And I forgot, and I had recorded Dragon Age, stopped, ate lunch, watched some YouTube videos, and then started recording Mass Effect. And then I forgot that you pressed E instead of right click. So Marion took out her pistol and started aiming when I right-clicked. I was like, no, stop, you're okay, honey, you're okay, you're good, you're okay. So, yeah, I just need to remember E in Mass Effect, right-click in Dragon Age. And now that the technical stuff is over and done with, I also wanted to do a bit of a mini character analysis as well before we started this game. And Marion turned out mostly the way I wanted her to be, but with some minor differences. And like I said, Mass Effect her is very serious, straight-laced, pretty renegade-ish. I'm not going to be measuring exactly. I'm not going to be worrying about renegade and Paragon points. It's not going to be the focus of this Let's Play. But at the beginning of before we go into Chapter 2, at the beginning of that episode, I'm going to look at how much Renegade and Paragon points she has after playing through Chapter 1. And without looking at it, she has gotten more Renegade than Paragon points, especially for the thing with Jenkins. With Jenkins, she warned him to be careful. She did, and he didn't listen. So she had the suspicion that he was too eager. He didn't think clearly enough. He didn't she was just like, Jenkins, what are you doing, man? Don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. She somewhere deep inside that cold, calculating and brutal heart, I believe that she feels some sort of mourning for the kid, but on the exterior, she's just like, well, he made a mistake. I warned him. He didn't listen to me, and he died. So that's his problem. He's dead. That's his problem. That's really horrible. You guys probably think I'm a horrible person. I'm not a horrible person. I promise. My character might be this cold, unfeeling stone of a woman, but I'm just a schmoll. A small bean that wouldn't. I buried a frog in the sand and I gave a funeral to a frog after he was stepped on. I gave a frog a funeral. Okay, I earned some brownie points for that. I earned some good girl points for that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. From Jenkins, I move on to Carver, her little baby brother. she, Carver, he just, about his character, he works for earning the glory. He wanted the glory and the props that his big sister got, and he has his jealous little brother shtick going on, and Marion they are mostly rivals because she just thought that he was just a whiny little baby, just like, and she was just like, I'm sorry, tongue-tied. Marion just thought that he shouldn't have fought for all that glory and all that and the props. She just did her thing because it was her thing. It was the thing that it was what she wanted to do. But Carver just wanted to wanted to work for props. And that's not the way she rolls. She doesn't work for props. She just works because it's what she wants to do. She just does what she does. And it's the same thing with Jenkins. Carver just ran at the ogre without thinking, and he died, and he paid that price. And out on the outside, she's just like, he was an idiot. He was dumb. He got what he deserved. But but somewhere deep in that cold, that heart, she is mourning. She's mourning. I promise. Somewhere deep in that cold, shallow heart, she is mourning. I promise. And the other twin, Bethany, she is very protective of Bethany, especially with the fact that she is hunted by the Chantry for just being able to shoot fire at people. For just being able to shoot fire at people. And because she has this gift. And because of that, she can be very... She just wants to shelter Bethany from the world and just like hug her and never let her go. Just like, no, you cannot have my sister Templar. No, enough of that. And which is why she was very aggressive. She took the pragmatic dialogue option with the Templar, because it was like sisterly protective instinct taking over. She was like, no, this is my sister. Unlike Carver, Bethany isn't as strong as Marion thinks Carver is. And Marion doesn't think Carver needed to just do epic things for props. and she didn't think that Carver needed to do that. She thinks that Carver is capable of taking care of himself and slashing some darkspawn, while Bethany, even though she can shoot fire out of her hands, she's just a little schmoll baby. She's just a little. Marion just sees Bethany as a sweet little child, just a little squishy child. And she has that perception of little Bethany, and which brings her to, when Sir Wesley was praying over her brother's body, she was sort of thinking to herself, sure, okay, whatever makes you happy, because she is Andrastian, she believes in the Maker, but she doesn't participate in the chantry-going lifestyle. The way she thinks of it, she just thinks, why should she associate herself with people that would hunt down her sister and imprison her in a big tower just for what she is. She doesn't really want to be associated with people that demonize people like her sister. And that's just a little overview of her character so far in Chapter 1. She's probably going to change a great deal during this Let's Play, and I'm excited to see where her character goes from here. So I'll see you guys in Chapter 2.